Morning, folks. This being winter time in a lot of places here in the States, it's pretty chilly. So, it kind of sort of works that way with me that you wish you was somewhere else when it's really nice and cold. This is Captain's Choice Island time, and it is a really nice scent. This is the soap. Uh, let's see here, 5 ounces in this particular container. Just under $9. It's on sale if you want to go take a peek at it. And at least it was in stock last time I looked. He may have finally sold enough of it where he may be out of stock. But that's what it looks like there on the inside. It is a very soft soap inside. My nose, what the scent my nose picks up at, I pineapple. I think there's mango. There might be a touch of coconut. I'm not sure. But it's along those lines. In other words, as it goes for the scent, and for me, my nose likes it. It smells really good. It also kind of reminds me of a juice, if you will. Uh, you just about want to drink it. In other words, island time, that's for sure. I got the matching aftershave to go right along with it, and it's also it's on sale for I think just under $9 if I remember right. Now this particular one when I ordered this, I ordered the Land Ho also. And this particular bottle is frosted as opposed to Land Ho. I guess you might say it's just brown as opposed to being frosted. But anyway, just little something there. Uh, I like both bottles. They look pretty cool. Uh, yes, I've got it whipped up here. Now this particular brush, if you're one of those that like just to throw your brush in the sink and let it soak in the sink water, this brush is it's an Omega brush, and that's what the bottom looks like if the camera picks it up with this kind of light. This Boar knot, anyhow, when you put it in the sink, it floats just like that. So in other words, which is pretty cool. If you, because not all brushes when you put them in there, they don't all. In other words, go like that. They don't float quite like that. And this one here is pretty. I thought it's pretty neat. It just floats just like that. Pretty cool. Anyway, just little things. I got it whipped up here in the fine lathering bowl, and the scent is just for a Monday morning. Especially if you stayed up and watched the football game last night. Um, to me, I think the football game last night in between the Chiefs and the Bills probably was probably the best game in the whole series. It was a really good game. Uh, it's one that a lot of people would stay up to watch. Uh, as it goes for the blade of the day, I mention this from time to time. This here is what commonly is referred to as a mini hair shaper blade. It's an injector blade in a dispenser that's like this, but it's the only thing difference in between this particular dispenser and one for an injector is that it's missing what is commonly referred to as the key. Uh, Outside of that, it's the same blade, just different dispenser. And you may see the same kind of dispenser looking an awful lot like this without Personna. It's just, when you go to market these sort of things, some people prefer not to have Personna on there, just a generic looking dispenser. But anyhow, just a little tidbit there. I picked up these quite some time back. And one of the reasons why I picked it up was for this particular shaver right here. This shave bed is one I mentioned off and on in various videos. I I do like it, but on the other hand, I don't like it. One of the things that I do like about this, and the scales are very thick. There's not any flex to them. Very sturdy. Very nice scales. They did a great job on the scales. This day and time, it probably wouldn't hurt to this pivot pin. This is it's pretty snug in there. It's not floppy at all. But over time, if this happened to be one of your favorite shavers and it started to work itself loose, there's not any easy way to tighten up that pivot pin. And in other words, having a screw right there where you can tighten it up would be quite nice for something like this. And if you're wondering how the blade goes in there, it actually has a blade in there. Maybe kind of hard to see. The blade ends right there, so the heel of the blade is covered, but the toe is open. so that if you were using the toe of the blade to outline any facial hair or anything like that, it's available to you, but the heel, not so much. And my complaint about this particular kind of setup is that you've got this much back here that is not the blade, and it has a tendency to remove the shaving cream off before you get a chance to get the blade there. Now, there is still residual slickness there, so there is that you can still work with, but it's just the idea that you're removing that much of your shaving cream off your face before you get a chance to use it on the blade. It's just one of those little things for me that kind of irritates me mentally, that is. As goes for, I got 2 links down below. One for this one here that's on eBay, and this ships through, I think it ships from London if I remember right. And there's another one that's here stateside. And back in the day when I first got this would go back to 2017 if I remember right. The second one that I've got listed there, see, at that point in time, it was the name of the shaver was related to, was linked to, I should say, to Personna. So I don't know if the two are still tied together, or did they separate and the manufacturer, carried on with the name of the razor, but no longer associated with Personna. I'm not real sure, but anyhow, a few years back. But this one here you can find on eBay. In other words, if you're not here stateside, if you're interested in trying something like this with an injector blade. As it goes for the blade loading, you can kind of see there's a little place for your thumb, and I'll do it this way. And there's the blade. It loads in there really easy, not a problem, stays right there in place. You might be able to see there's a little bit of a spring right here that helps provide the tension for that sliding mechanism to hold it in place. But I've never had any problems out of the loading mechanism staying in place or anything of the sort. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I don't know if it's Sanguine. I don't, Coolcut 9. I don't know how you pronounce it for sure. Sanguine, I don't know. But anyway, that's the name of this one here. And it looks just like the other one that's linked to Personna. Except for it's got a burgundy handle. And this, matter of fact, this one here comes in a yellow handle, a black handle, and a burgundy or dark red handle. So if you're interested in something other than yellow, it does come in different colors. It's just, like I say, on eBay, you can pick out which one you like. I would have put a hot towel to the face this morning and use the Art of Shaving pre-shave oil and go ahead and wet the face, get started here. But anyhow, it's been a moment since I've used this, so we'll see how it goes this morning. As it goes for the shave, I've never had any problems with the shave. It's just that part of that just kind of mentally just bugs the heck out of me, is that part of the shaver that removes the shaving cream before the blade has a chance to get to it. It's just one of those things. And now for some people it may not bother them. Considering that this is still for sale, they're still selling them, so they must be, somebody's buying them. So there's got to be some folks out there that do like it, that are still buying it. For me, as it goes for the construction and everything else, I really do like it. It feels good in the hand. The scales to me are just fantastic. It would be, if there was anything that you would borrow from another manufacturer, these scales I think would be it. The scales are really cool. I just don't know. For me, I know if I was going to make one, these scales would be the ones I would be looking for. I would be looking for those scales to make mine, because the scales feel really good in the hands. Like I say, they're very sturdy. There's not any flex in the plastic. And the fact that you've already seen examples of what you can do with coloration and how it looks. I should say this is the first use on this one here, but this will be the third lather. I just lost a hair. Matter of fact, that's the first bristle I've lost out of this brush. I have found these are pretty inexpensive. I think $5 or less. When I got this on sale, it was at Pastor's Pharmacy. Ordered it online, and pretty inexpensive little brush, and it it lathered up just fine. How I treat my Boar brushes when I get them, over here, you see me looking over here. I have some soap that's in various mugs. In other words, I've got Arco in a shaving mug. I've got Williams over here. I've got some White Star over here. I've got some, and I've also got some samples that I just mashed up together. And anyhow, I've got some sort of stuff that, in other words, off camera, that I enjoy just lathering through the one of those. And what I typically do with my Boar brushes is I go ahead and I give it a good rinse in the warm water, not necessarily hot, but warm water, and I lather it up a couple of times, rinse it out really well, hang it up. I say hang it up to dry. This particular knot is small enough to fit into my plastic brush hanger. I've got other brushes that the knots are too big. They don't fit in the plastic hangers I got, so they stand straight up. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I just give it a good squeeze, and I put it inside a towel here and dry it off like that. Hit the tips real quick on there, and that's about all I do to my brushes, breaking it in or even afterwards. This particular brush seemed to do rather well. Not a whole lot of didn't seem like you need a whole lot of break-in time. Oh, there's another bristle right there, a little one. But anyway, it's a good little brush. I enjoy these little Boar knots. Like I said, see, it's removing the shaving cream before the chance of the blade getting there. So what that means to you is that you'll end up having to adjust how you shave. I shave with one hand, so my right hand I shave on both sides of the face. So how I end up catching this is I'll have to do across the grain, if you will, right there on my cheek towards the facial there. Now as it goes for the blade itself and how it's performing in this shaver, it's pretty smooth. I don't find it feeling aggressive, any extra bite or anything quite like that. Feels pretty nice on the face. Kind of see what I'm talking about there. You have to adjust the way you shave right there. It's just a small adjustment. It just takes a moment for you to figure out how you're going to do it, since you don't have the heel to work with. Did get a little bit of lather right there, didn't I? This scent is pretty good. Scent strength, I would say it's probably about a medium. It's still present. My nose still picks it up. I would say though, after the end of the shave, now that I'm kind of, how you say, rinsing it off, I would say by the end of the shave, I don't know that a lot of the scent will be hanging around. So if you wanted to use something slightly different in the way of an aftershave, I don't see that this is going to interfere with it. When it comes to break-in time, with a Boar brush, it seems like Boar brushes take a little bit more effort than like a horsehair or a badger. In my opinion, horsehair is really easy to use. Doesn't take much of anything to break it in. Lathers up rather well. Like I say, the shave goes just fine. It's just the fact that for me it's mentally, I just can't I have a hard time getting past the fact that I can't use the heel. I use the heel of the blade quite a bit, so that's part of my problem with it. But a lot of people evidently are still buying them, so. Probably actually using it, in other words, just to trim up the back of somebody's hair on the neck after a haircut. I could be wrong. But I'm kind of thinking it has been about 3 or 4 years since I've used this razor like that. Mentally, I have a block with it because I can't use the heel of the blade. Just after I get to that point, I had, I guess you might say, no real urge to use it until here recently. I was going to go ahead and give it a try. In other words, revisit it, see if I mentally could get past it. I think maybe I could after a few more shaves with it. But on the other hand, why go through all that when I got other razors that I get fine shaves with and I can still use the heel of the blade? Just one of those things, huh? But there might be somebody that would be interested in using a shaver like this. And as it goes for the price, here stateside, ordering it on eBay, by the time that you make the adjustment from American dollars to British pounds, and then you pay for the shipping, you're looking in the neighborhood, I think, of $25 or more. And then if you look at the price of the one that I mentioned that's been related to Personna, linked to Persona's name, I think it's going for about $25, and I think that's including shipping, if I remember right. Depends on where you buy it at. There's more than one location to buy these ones that Missouri. Boy, face feels pretty good though. Check it out with the alum block, see what it has to say. Got a little bit on my stinging on my neck. It's kind of expected to have some every once in a while with a shaver you haven't used in a while. Just right there on my neck, and I don't even remember getting the pressure, the angle off right there. Might have been something else going on right there. Who knows? Sometimes I get a stinging and I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the shave or not. Could be just that there's that part of the skin has got something going on that's not, how you say, noticeable. Witch hazel, unscented, huge bottle. It's going to last a good long moment. Yeah, that should probably be the name of this bottle. Like I say, I don't pick up the scent of the soap anymore, so if you're looking at maybe using the soap and a different aftershave, I don't see that the scent is going to interfere, at least not per my nose. Because then right now I'm picking up just a little bit left of the witch hazel, which is unscented, but it has a natural scent to it. Yeah, I can't even smell it now. Aftershave. It's got, I guess you might say, a standard cap, if you're wondering about it. That is what the restrictor looks like there on the inside. Captain's Choice has a, I think it's pronounced Italia. It's a, I think it's a cherry almond scented soap or shaving cream. Thinking about giving it a try. Got a sample of it and I was smelling the soap, and I think I like, it's kind of similar to Cella. except for I'm thinking I might actually like the scent of this soap, Italia, a little bit more than I do Cella. Nothing wrong with Cella. The soap base is fantastic. Really like that soap. But I'm thinking about getting some of it along with some cat o' nine tails. And I haven't tried out Captain's Choice's lathering bowls. I know a lot of people have tried them, seem to like them. They look fantastic. Multiple different colors you can choose from. But boy, this aftershave sure does smell good. I had a great shave this morning. No nicks, cuts, weepers. It went all right. No gushers. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.